Good morning. The clock show, it is 11 a.m. on March 9th in Dallas County. My name is Lori Boyan-Larea, President of Workforce Solutions Greater Dallas. It's a public hearing to take comments on the plan for workforce services for the next 3 years. The plan has been distributed for some time now. It will be reviewed and signed off by our board on Wednesday. We're here today to discuss what could be added and or amplified in the plan as it exists. And we welcome all comers today. With me is our Senior Vice President, Connie Rash, and Data Manager, Richard Perez, and Mario Castaneda, who is also in Richard's division, who is managing this call. I want to recognize we have at least one guest, Gloria Smith from Dallas College, in charge of all things workforce. Thank you, Gloria, for joining us. You're very important to our plan. So be very happy to hear some of your comments this morning. Connie, would you like to go through the basics of our plan? Thank you.
Okay, will do. Thank you, Lori. Mario is going to pull up the plan summary, so we could be looking at that. And Mario, if you could switch to page 2. Okay, yeah. Right there. Okay, the plan summary. This is our guide for the next 3 years, looking into 2024. It's a required document that we submit to the Texas Workforce Commission. It's required under the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. And within the plan, we describe all services, including vocational rehabilitation, ESL, dislocated worker services, adult services, and youth. Just real quick, some of the goals that we have are outlined on page 2. And our primary customer is employers, and we're looking to assist employers and continue to retain their workforce, fill vacancies, and retrain workers for new job specifics. Assist job seekers, retrain, rehire, and upskill. Convene the local community, and that would include virtual hiring events and job placement activities. And in the virtual world, our virtual platform that we've used, as well as in-person services once we open up. Assisting young adults in planning and executing their future career plans, assisting anyone to better improve their upskills, credentials, ESL, assist working parents through quality childcare and after-school care, and assisting the childcare industry. So if we'll move on to page 2, we have several new initiatives that we've completed that we proposed for 2021. The most importantly, working with industries such as healthcare, technology, logistics, and jobs in the public sector. Our main focus is work and learn strategies. This could include technology tools, private sector investments, investing in quality childcare, and all of this is based on labor market information. We partner with economic development, the chambers, and community leaders for these activities. I won't go through every single initiative, but we're open to ideas, and we're flexible, trying to meet the needs of our community. So I'll let Richard go into the economic development portion of the plan summary, which begins on page 4 and goes through page 5. Richard?
Thanks. Yeah, thank you, Connie. And so what I'm going to do now is talk about the significant impact that COVID has had on the Dallas County economy. And that's huge because, how it affects the economy is how we're going to plan and utilize our resources to get people back to work and serve employers and all that. So at the top of that, it shows that there were 338,000 or a little bit over UI claims filed in Dallas County between March and December. And that's huge. A typical year for UI claims pre-COVID was approximately 62,000. And that number of 338 isn't even a full year. So huge impact on the economy. The biggest age group that was impacted was 18 to 34, and their educational attainment was some high school, less than high school, and some college. That group was 81% of all claims filed. So another huge thing. So just going to the next page and just touching on a few more things. The unemployment rate, we hit a peak of 13%, and that was for April. We're still at 6.8%. December is the most current information. And my guess is, or my predictions, is the economy is eventually going to get back to normal as more people get vaccinated and back to work, things back to a normal. I think we're going to get most of the jobs that were lost in 2020. And there is data on the impact of it on the industries. And this is from the quarterly wage employment information. And the most recent information is third quarter of 2020. And if you compare that to the third quarter of 2019, there were approximately 106,000 jobs lost for that time period. And this is from the UI payrolls, so it's real data, it's not estimates. The hardest industry was leisure and hospitality, and that lost 42,584. So, big numbers. But during all this, when you look at weekly wages for the county, they actually increased by about 4% from the third quarter 2020, comparing it to the third quarter of 2019. So the average weekly wages is at $1,354. So I'm going to talk about the targeted occupations now. So every year we look at what occupations to add and delete, and we have some new ones we want to focus on. And I'm just going to go ahead and jump in. The first one is industrial engineers, and we wanted to add that because it is a growing occupation. It does reflect support for advanced manufacturing and other commercial properties of someone that can help maintain and make sure everything is in working order. Another one along that same line is mechatronics, technologists, and technicians. And it supports advanced manufacturing and production. And there is training at the college. So we're happy to support that occupation. Another one is information security analysts. And that just picks up on all the security, IT related security, cybersecurity, and everything in between. Another IT related occupation we want to add is software developers and testers. I guess we're not necessarily adding this one, it's more of a name change. We are removing the old software developer, has a new ONET code, SOC code. And then the last one is a dispatcher, and that supports the warehousing and supply chain occupations. It does require training, and these are non-911 or emergency dispatcher jobs. They're for trucking and anything moving in the area, and it does pay a good wage of entry-level wage of $17 an hour. So all of the wages that, all of the occupations we want to add do have good wages and good growth. And just to touch on the ones we would like to delete, software developers, which I touched on, and composite bonders. That was a regional occupation that would support aerospace. There's not as much growth and as jobs in that, so we make a recommendation to take that off of the list. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to Connie. If there's any other comments or things we need to do for the plan.
So thank you, Richard. I think at this point we'll open it up for comments. If anyone would like to make a comment on the plan, we'll include those with the plan once we submit it to the Texas Workforce Commission.
Greetings, everyone. It's great to see you all. Can't wait until we can do these types of things again in person.
Absolutely.
Love the convenience of technology, but you know, it's getting to be too much. But I just kind of, I actually have prepared a statement that I'd like to read. And then I just want to kind of add a few comments before I do that, just to say how important the collaborative partnership is between our two organizations. And it really, Workforce Solutions Greater Dallas and the work that you're doing is really the key contributor to enabling us to serve populations that we traditionally have not been able to reach. And I personally am very pleased with where we are today. Knowing where we were when we started on this journey to serve non-traditional adults not so long ago, and seeing where we are now, we have improved our outreach to these communities and totally changed how we as a higher education system approach educating non-traditional learners, and changing our focus, not to just getting them through our programs, but also getting them into the workforce. And without the support and without your strategic initiatives and, you know, your ability to help us forecast the future work, we would not be able to do those things. So I want to thank you for that continued support and convey to you on behalf of not just myself, but Dr. Wilkins, the Vice Chancellor of Workforce and Advancement, and as well as Dr. Joe May and all the leadership at Dallas College, how much and how important you are to us as a key partner in helping us achieve those goals and strategic initiatives. My prepared statement just says, I'm pleased to make comment in support of Workforce Solutions Greater Dallas's Workforce Development Plan for 2021-2024. As the administrative leader of Dallas College's Workforce and Advancement Division of Career Connected Learning, I have had the pleasure of collaborating and partnering with Workforce Solutions Greater Dallas for the past 7 years. The partnership between our entities has been and continues to be based on our ability to align educational, workforce goals, initiatives, strategic priorities, and resources in a manner that benefits and provides the support needed by every citizen in the Dallas region to be successful at work. This alliance has allowed us to strengthen and expand the economy through the creation of seamless processes and paths that alleviate workforce gaps and barriers to economic mobility. Workforce Solutions Greater Dallas's Workforce Development Plan of 2020 for 2021 to 2024 continues to create a roadmap of expansion for the workforce landscape that benefits all and fosters equity and inclusion for all citizens in the region and stimulates the Dallas County. Thank you for allowing me to make these comments.
Thank you, Gloria. We really appreciate the comments. Lori, did you have anything that you
We
would like to?
really appreciate the partnership, Gloria. Thank you so much. Please be aware, and I want anyone listening, this plan is only as good as we remain nimble and responsive to the market. It is a work in progress. It is not carved in stone. As we begin to see employer feedback in post-pandemic quarantine, we hope to continue to receive your input, Gloria, and put up other educators and businesses. What needs to be added, what needs to be deleted. This is a living document. And I want to encourage us to keep that that ability to ping off of one another and to keep bringing in resources. Thank you so much for Dallas College getting a $10 million grant to further this work and learn strategy is amazing. Not many areas did get that. And we're here for you on any other ventures that would bring additional resources to the table. As Richard points out, 300,000 people displaced in less than a year. Unprecedented. Even during the worst of the recession in 2009, unprecedented. And we have a lot of people counting on us to get them back to work, particularly our young workforce. And we've got to do better about that young workforce. Dallas Thrives will be a piece of what we do. I'm very optimistic about 110, which would touch on an underserved population in certain quarters. Corporate America is a big issue here in the Dallas area, and corporate America embracing racial equity, making a concerted effort. I think we can all get on board about that. We definitely have some healing to do in our community, as we do in most major metro areas right now. But I'm thinking that will be added to what we're doing is the 110 as it comes on board, Connie, but it's coming on pretty quick. I don't think I can get it in before the plan is submitted, but I'd like to know that this plan continues to grow, particularly that second page with all of the, or third page with all of the additional resources, not just government, but the additional resources of business coming to the table and making a strong case for accomplishing what we have listed on page 2. We can only accomplish that with employers' assistance. So thank you again, Gloria. You surely brightened our day. Thanks for that. Do we have any other speakers or comments to be heard?
It does not look like we have any more.
And Richard, we did invite the public, and Connie, we did post this hearing, correct?
Yes, ma'am, we did.
Yes, I invited all of the Thrives group, and they say they couldn't make it, but hopefully we might still get some comments from them before we submit.
Appreciate that. Having heard nothing, it is 11:18. We will call the hearing to closure. Gloria, please show up for our meeting Wednesday morning if you ever mind. The board will be making decisions regarding the current program year, and there are many things going on that I know you keep track of. Thank you so much for your help and for your input today. Mario, having finished our process, thank you all. Richard, Connie, Mario, appreciate everybody on board, and we are now adjourned.